Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray Cooney, and today I'm in Dix Hills, cooking with Tom Russo, a Dix Hill fireman, and also a New York City EMT. Now, this is a very special show. We're gonna be honoring Terry Farrell. Terry Farrell was a Rescue 4 fireman. His name is very big in the fire department. I was at a fire department mega show, and there were guys selling the Terry Farrell t-shirts. I said I had to have one. And then we got to talking, and then I really wanted to do a show where Terry Farrell was a fireman. He was also a volunteer fireman here in Dix Hills. And Chief, can you tell us exactly what was going on? This is Chief Bill Stio, and he's gonna let us know about Terry Farrell and the fund and what's going on.
Well, Terry started in Hicksville Fire Department, and then he joined Dix Hills Fire Department while he was working as a New York City firefighter. And unfortunately, on 9/11, he was tragically killed. And then subsequent to that, his family started a foundation, the Terry Farrell Fund. And they support fire departments that are less fortunate, can't get equipment and gear that they need. So through that fund and their donations, they get the equipment they need, and they bring it to those fire departments.
You can find out about the Terry Farrell Fund on the Firehouse Kitchen website, firehouse.kitchenshow.com. But if they wanted to just go to the website, what website should they go to?
Go to terryfarrellfund.org.
Okay.
To link up with his organization.
So .org. I know a lot of people use .com.
Yeah,
so terryfarrellfund.org to find out about the Terry Farrell Fund. Chief, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
And we're going to cook with Tom Russo. We're going to make some ribs and some risotto and some bread pudding. I am very excited about this show. I'm going to go inside and we're going to have some fun. Okay, we are here in Dix Hills Fire Department. I am with Tom Russo, firefighter Tom Russo. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Now, Tom is not only a Dix Hills fireman, he's also a New York City fireman. He's a New York City EMT. The EMT wears the same patch as the New York City Fire Department. You know, there's always a thing going on in the fire department, EMT, firefighter, EMT, firefighter, who gets paid more, who does this, who does that, that's in any kind of, department in the fire department, the cops, the firemen. I think you guys have a tougher job than us, okay? You guys stay up all night, you guys are having people throw up on you and you're carrying stuff out of stuff. You just, lots and lots of crazy stuff. You guys have such a hard job. And, when you guys came on and we merged with the EMS, I thought it was great. I thought you guys deserved to wear a firefighter's patch, and that's how it is around the United States. Most fire departments incorporate the EMS with them, so it's a very, very cool thing. All right, we can talk fire stuff all day, okay? What are we making today, Tom?
Right now, we're gonna be going backwards. We're gonna start doing dessert first. We're gonna start with the bread pudding.
Okay.
And with a little bit of bourbon sauce on top.
Okay, what are we doing for the main course?
The main course, we're gonna have braised short ribs with some risotto.
Okay, so we're gonna make the bread pudding now because this takes a few minutes to bake.
Yep.
And while it's cooking, we'll make the dinner, and then everything will come out together, and it'll be magic. Typical Firehouse kitchen food. Okay. All right, so what do we do first?
All right, first, get your hands dirty.
I'll get them dirty.
And put this in the bowl.
All right, right in the bowl. We'll scoop that right in. I washed my hands before we did this. Very nice.
All right. Now we gotta take the heavy cream, dump it in there.
How much heavy cream we have here?
We have 1 quart of heavy cream.
So there's 1 quart of heavy cream. All right. Very cool.
All right, we're gonna dump in some vanilla extract as well.
Some vanilla extract. This is right here. What is it, like a couple tablespoons?
Yeah, a couple teaspoons.
A couple teaspoons, all right.
And you get in there, mix it all up.
Okay, nothing else yet?
We do have an egg.
We do have an egg. But you want me to mix this first, then we'll add the egg?
Yeah, we could do that. You'll mix it, I'll break the egg.
Okay, so your hands aren't gonna get dirty, basically, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, of course not.
My hands get dirty. All right, that's how you work it. That's it. Now, you're the younger firefighter. You're supposed to be doing all the dirty work. Isn't that how it works in the fire department?
Yeah, sort of. All right, so that looks good.
This is looking really mushy.
Yeah.
This is how I make my blue glove tuna. I should put my blue gloves on, and we could have made some blue glove bread pudding.
All right, now we're gonna throw the egg in there.
All right, throw the egg in.
All right. All we're gonna do is just stir it up, no more squishing it.
Oh, no more squishes?
No more
Stirring it
squishing.
up. Okay. So just mix it up. I don't want to spill the good stuff over there. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay.
All right, that looks good.
It feels really good.
All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the butter on the pan,
Okay.
and then pop it in the oven.
All right, so we're gonna melt the butter down. Am I putting my hands in this again in a few minutes?
No, you should be good.
I'm good? Yeah. All right, good. Sure I'm not scooping this and putting this in the pan?
Now we can dump it in.
We'll dump it?
We'll dump
All right, cool, we'll dump it. All right, let me use my towel down here. I'll get my hands cleaned up. I'll do a rinse. Now, as I'm cleaning this up and I'm doing a rinse, let's go to a fire safety tip. We will be right back. Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray, and today's safety tip is safety on the stove. Now, we know to turn the pots in. We've heard all those things, but the kids pulling the pots down, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a grease fire, okay? We've got to respect fire, and you've got to respect grease, because if grease ignites, it could cause a big problem. Now, you might think to throw water on that fire, that would be the worst thing that you could do. The number one thing that you could do is if there's a pot lid or a pan cover, you could just cover that up and smother it, okay? That would actually be number one. But if you don't have one of those available or something that fits, baking soda, salt, it works. It'll put out the fire. Another thing that works really good is milk. Milk has fat and protein in it, and that helps smother the fire. Whenever we go to a fire in the fire department, and we have, say, a grease fire, an oil fire, we have something called foam that we spray over the fire, and it smothers the fire instead of spraying it around like water would do. So we use milk. We pour it on nice and slowly. If you have heavy cream works 10 times better than milk. Why? Because it has more fat and it has more protein. And you pour it on nice and slow, and you'll just see the fire extinguish. I'm Firefighter Ray. This was Safety on a Stove. Remember, these tips save lives. My hands are clean. All right, what's next for our bread pudding?
All right, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna cube up some butter,
Okay.
and
I can do that.
then we're gonna melt it in the pot,
All right, so
and
just
this is
cut it
gonna be the
across.
start of our bourbon sauce.
My hands are getting dirty again, but it's okay. I got my I'm just gonna put it right in the pot.
Yeah,
So I don't have to
go
put
for
my
it.
hand on it. There we go. Lower that down a little bit if you would. And that's it. And very good. Beautiful. Okay, we're all lowered up.
We're gonna move it over. We're gonna whisk it up a little bit.
Okay, we'll do some whisking. Some butter whisking. Very nice.
Now we're just gonna dump in the sugar. This recipe is 1 part butter, 1 part sugar.
Okay.
So it's not exactly the most healthiest of things, and
But it's delicious. It's
All right.
dessert. Dessert's not supposed to be super healthy. It's supposed to be super delicious. If it's a little healthy, then it probably doesn't taste good.
I'm just gonna whisk this until it until all the sugar is absorbed and it's nice and smooth.
That looks really good. It's almost like turning into syrup.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Go with bourbon.
Well, let me just do a little.
That's gonna be hot.
Oh, that's delicious. Let's put that on bread. Oh my gosh. Give me a spoon. All right, well now, while you're whisking that, should I put our bread pudding into the pan?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'll do that. I'll put the bread pudding into the pan. I got my spoon. I'm so glad I'm not using my hands. All right. It looks just like my blue glove tuna. It felt like it before. It also looks like it. Very nice. I'll get rid of this for now. We'll pull it out later. Now, am I smoothing this out to go across the bottom of the pan?
Yeah, just smooth it out.
Okay.
And don't push it down too hard.
Not too hard, because we want to keep it
Yep.
puddingy. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever works.
Okay. All right. Now, do I want to take up the whole pan?
Yeah, most of the pan if you can.
It's almost like I'm baking brownies.
Yep.
All right. Baking brownies. These burning brownies. Any which way you can. I say any which way, but not loose. That's fine. All right. Okay. Wow, that looks beautiful.
Now you're just gonna throw that in the oven. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
What about our syrup that we're making? That goes on later?
This goes on after that's done.
All right. And hey, all right. It's all in the oven. We are ready. Now, what are we stirring up here? This is sauce?
This is just bourbon sauce. It's just sugar and butter and bourbon.
Then we need a little...
Bourbon.
Should I add the bourbon?
Yes, you can.
Let's add the bourbon. All right. The only thing I usually like adding bourbon to is my mouth. Okay. Garbaggio. We're gonna let this simmer on the stove for about 20 minutes, right? Really let it just nice and warm. And we're gonna start making our regular meal, okay? We'll be right back. Now back. We are now ready to make our ribs. Go for it, Thomas.
All right.
Guide me. What do we gotta do?
All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just rough chop the carrots, the celery, and the onion, and we're just gonna throw it in a pan. And then we're gonna salt and pepper the ribs.
Okay.
Then we're gonna sear them on all sides. And then we're gonna saute. We're gonna take those out.
Okay.
And we're gonna saute the carrots, the onions, and the celery inside of the pot. Then we're gonna put the wine in, and then the steak, and then the stock.
We got it all? All right, so what are we chopping first? We do the carrots? You want to do the chopping?
I'll do the chopping.
You can do the chopping, because when I chop, it's really pathetic. It's like
All right,
really bad.
If you want, you can salt up the steak.
I'll salt up the steaks.
All right.
So how am I doing that? I'm going to put the...
Just take them out and just...
And then just braise it. I'm going to salt up. So you have that side of the cutting board. I'll take this side. You don't want to come over here because it's going to be nice and raw. And that's it. I'm going to salt this up. Add it in a little bit. This looks pretty good. All right. I'm all salted. You're all cut.
Yep.
Very good.
All right.
What's next?
All right, next what we're going to do is we're going to heat up the pot.
Okay.
And, we're gonna
My hands are hurt. I'm going to put these on.
Yep.
Okay.
We're just going to throw some oil in the pot.
Yes, we have to put some oil or we'll have some sticky meat.
All right, just watch your hands.
Bones down first? What am I putting down first?
Whatever you want to do.
All right. I'm going to put the meat down first.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to put them in there, let them sear for about 10 seconds, and then we're just going to rotate them.
Got a nice sanitary napkin here. Clean it up. Get raw beef off my hands. Push this off this hand, just in case you don't want any of our carrots touching. All right, go for it. Oh, look at that. Now, do you do most of the cooking at home?
No, my mom
Really?
does.
Is your mom a big cook? She likes.
She likes to cook, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Russo, I mean, that's Italian, so.
Yeah.
You guys have the 7 fishes at Christmas time. I know my wife's Italian. You know, we have pasta with everything. It's just, it's a lot of eating in the Italian household. Is that what inspired you to start cooking?
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I was always experiment with foods. Most of the time, they weren't too good.
Okay.
But eventually, I just did. I was like, I want to try to cook. So I tried cooking, and I loved it.
All right. Very nice. Now, do you cook a lot for Dix Hills Fire Department?
Yeah, I used to. I used to cook a lot for them. Company meetings, department meetings. As soon as my captain found out I was in culinary school, he pointed at me saying, "You're cooking from now on." And at that point, I started cooking.
All right.
That was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
So what happened? Why'd you drop off?
I started working for the FDNY in the city, and I just didn't really have much time to start cooking there anymore.
Okay. Now, you worked the graveyard shift, right? You're at midnight?
Yep.
Oh, wow, man. That's wild.
All right.
So you have any good EMS stories for us?
A couple. Some of them better than others.
Are some of them better than others? And some of them bad?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So what's next?
All right, now we're gonna throw the cooking white wine. And,
All right, so I missed what we were doing.
All
We
right.
just put the carrots and onions in the pot.
Yep.
We stirred them around. It's in the oil. It's in the grease and all the
Yep.
fat from the ribs. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now what are we doing next?
All right, now we're gonna throw in the red wine,
Red wine.
and we're gonna let that soak in there for a little bit.
All right. Got the red wine. You know what I like about your meals?
What?
Your desserts have bourbon, and your meals have wine. All right. Very, very nice. Here we go. Just dump it right in.
Dump it right in.
All right. It's gonna burn off all that alcohol because we can't drink while we are fighting fires. Even though there's stories about the old days that there was a lot of drinking going on.
Yeah.
Most of our rescues are from beer mussels. But those are just fairy tales. That stuff didn't really happen. Hey, look at the time.
All right.
Something's ready.
Bread pudding.
Let's do it. Let's do the bread pudding. I love bread pudding. It smells. This whole kitchen you'd think would smell like carrots and celery, but it smells like bread pudding. All right.
We're gonna let it sit in the corner a little bit, let it cool down, and now we're just gonna put the ribs in the pot.
So it's going in the pot with the carrots and the celery.
Yep. Just careful because they might break apart a little bit.
Very nice. All right.
All right.
They're in there. They're cooking.
All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw in the beef broth and just we're gonna let it simmer a little bit.
So all this beef broth's going in there.
Yep.
It's gonna be like a big stew. It's gonna be like a big stew. I love it.
What you want to do is you just want to fill up the ribs until they're half covered.
All right. Let's do it.
A little bit more than that.
A little bit more?
Put it all in.
Ah, I love it. That's the fireman way. We use everything. We're like Indians. We use everything. American Indians. We don't waste anything. All right. So, here we go. All right. That was good. American Indians, they did. They never wasted anything.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now, last but not least, just got to throw in a little bit of spices in there.
A little bit of spices. Now, what do we got here?
Just bay leaves and thyme.
Bay leaves and thyme. Do we chop these up or you just throw them?
Nope, just throw them right in.
Bay leaves and thyme.
Yep.
Very nice. Bay leaves and thyme are in, thyme is in a lot of different recipes.
Yep.
I guess you have to go to culinary school to learn about thyme. Because until I started doing the show, I never heard of thyme as a spice.
No?
I heard of salt, I heard of pepper, I heard of paprika, because I watched Blue's Clues with my little kid, and that was the name of one of the little things. But,
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You know what Blue's Clues, eh?
No, not a Blue's Clues.
How old are you again? Would you say 14? What'd you say? I'm just kidding. He's in his 20s. All right. All right, so what's next?
We're going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to throw it in the oven for about 2 to 3 hours at about 250 degrees.
All right, so it's going to simmer for a few minutes. We are going to throw it in the oven. And while we do that, I'm going to be hanging out with you. We're going to be having fun here in Dix Hills. We have some more bourbon, I think, right? That we can enjoy. I'm just
we do.
But we're going to go to a Firefighter right now, and we will be right back. Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray, and today's Fire Fact is the Sizzle Ladder. Now, you might be seeing me carry this. This is actually a ladder. This is for getting into confined spaces. Just in case the fireman's got to get high, maybe he's got to rescue somebody, and he's got to get somewhere nice and tight. This is the Sizzle Ladder. It opens up, and firemen can climb up it and get a little higher inside of a confined space. I'm Firefighter Ray, this is the Sizzle Ladder, and this is my Fire Fact for today. All right, this kitchen smells amazing. We've got our bourbon sauce over here. We got bread pudding in front of me. What are we doing with this right now?
And pretty much all we're gonna do is just dump all this right on there, smooth it out evenly, cut it up, put it on the plate.
All right, okay, let's dump it on.
All right.
Rock and roll. Yeah. Very, very nice. Delicious. Oh yeah, look at that thing crashes through the wall. Unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Pushing it on. Very good, it's all smoothed out.
All right, that's it.
This looks very delicious. Okay, now what are we doing with this now?
I'm just gonna cut it up, put it on the plates.
Okay, so we won't do this yet. Let's make our regular dish first.
Okay.
All right, now brisket is out of the oven. All right, for the last 3 hours, he was telling me all these exciting stories about him watching Jeopardy, and it's just, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go.
All right,
So, you know what? I'm gonna leave it right there. That's all. We'll just dish it out right from there.
All right.
Okay. So we got this, and what do we got here?
This is just a risotto. Very simple to make. You just, it's not quite like rice. You throw the whatever kind of broth you want. The beef, chicken, veal. In this case, it's chicken. You just pour a little bit in, let it soak up, and then you pour a little more. Just repeat the process until it becomes a little pasty. And,
okay.
Yeah, that's it. So you just
spread a little out. A little bed of risotto. There you go. Very nice.
a little extra for you.
Okay. I'll take a little extra. I like risotto. All right. Now we're going for the brisket, the ribs.
right.
Hey, I'll tell you, I said brisket because it looks like brisket right now. It looks like it's gonna fall off the bone.
Oh, the bones fell off.
What? The bones fell off. Holy cow. All right, I was gonna say, give me more. No, I'm good.
Hey, you want more? We got more.
No, I'm good. That'll be fun. Ready? And let's see what we got. There you go. One bone held onto that one. Now, the carrots and everything, we don't eat that from this.
No, because it just all the flavors pretty much just soaked out of them, and then they're just very mushy and just not pleasant to eat.
Wow, very, very cool. All right, bring over that bread pudding. Let's cut some up. I'm
right.
gonna put some on the corner of my plate because I gotta taste that too.
Okay.
Here we go. What do you like? You like a corner? You like an end?
I'll take half.
You'll take half? All right. There we go. We'll do one slice here. We'll do a slice down. Slice down. We'll do a slice down. I grabbed another knife. We're looking for like a cake syrup. This is the Firehouse. We don't have that kind of stuff here. There you go. Here's another one. Last one. I got it. I'll give me the big piece. All right. Put it over there. Don't give me my meat. All right, we are now ready to taste. You take yours, I'll take mine. Let me grab my forks. Awesome. Now you told me this falls just right off, right? We don't even need
Falls
knives.
right off. You don't even need knives.
You don't even need knives.
No knives.
All right, here we go. Let's taste. Look at that, it is falling apart. I don't know if, there you go. Look at that falling off the bone. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely delicious. It's like eating butter. Tom, how old are you?
24.
24, oh my gosh, when I was 24, I was eating oodles and noodles. I wasn't making delicious ribs. My college dorm room. Yeah, I was on the 6th-year plan of college. No, actually, I got on FDNY when I was 20. I just turned 25.
Yeah.
I just got married. I just got on the FDNY. And when I got on the FDNY, I said, why did I get married before I got on the FDNY? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm very happy. I've been married. I've known my wife since I'm 15 years old. Very, very happy. But this is delicious. Let's try the bread pudding. Are you kidding me? That's good, man. You're like a little prodigy. They must love you here in Dick's house.
Oh yeah. I get yelled at when I don't make the bread pudding.
Really?
Yeah.
This is oh wow. And so simple, the bread pudding.
It's very simple.
Oh my goodness. See your risotto? I go out of water. Wow. This is all delicious. Tom, this was awesome.
Thank you.
All right. I wish you good luck on your journey with the FDNY. All right. I hope everything works out for you. I hope you get promoted to firefighter. And you know, being a New York City firefighter is, you know, probably the best thing that I've ever done in my life. It's much better than doing this stuff that I'm doing right now. I'm just kidding. I'm having fun. But this is unbelievable. You know, I just think it's great that we had metal forks. You know who's gonna love this? You know who's gonna love this?
Who?
Chloe is gonna love this because we had plastic forks with her and she lost her mind, but it's okay. But we did it as a joke for her, and she made this great dish. But you know what? It was great to have you. To find out more about Firehouse Kitchen, go to firehouse.kitchenshow.com. To find out how to donate to the Burn Center or to the Ice of Town Museum or to the Terry Farrell Fund, what we talked about in the beginning of the show, you can go to firehouse.kitchenshow.com. And Tom, I'd love to have you back, brother.
Yeah.
And I'll see you next time on
Firehouse Kitchen.
All right, let's eat up. This is delicious. Delicious.